Hello, hello. Oh, there we go. Okay. I think that works. Oh god, it's the computer Sorry, that's disgusting. Alright. We're actually gonna leave off where, where I left off last time. I actually got a little bit further than this in my last, not my last stream, but like off screen. I said that I would finish this, but I kinda lied. We're gonna finish it tonight though, or to this. We're gonna finish it this stream. It's not a night where I live, but yeah. Let me find some freaking music real quick, and we'll finish off with Spike Spiegel here, so that I can post it, and we can stop thinking about it. Yeah. So hold on. Let me see if I could find any non-copyrightable music, and then yeah, we should be rolling. Yep, here we are. Okay. Alright, we're good. Oh, that's a little too loud on my end. That's a little too loud. Okay, we're good. So, yeah, I've been extremely busy this week. Like, extremely busy. I was planning on maybe streaming yesterday, but, I was so tired that, I was just like, yeah, no, I can't do this shit. Like I fell asleep, like maybe an hour later or something. Like after I got home, and I was just like, oh my god, like I can't stream. I can't do it. I'm gonna have to do this shit tomorrow. And yeah, I almost didn't stream today because I forgot. And yeah, that almost happened. But yeah, we got our stuff together. So yeah, now we're streaming. So that's good. I kept my promise like I should have had. I have no idea how long we're gonna stream this. Perhaps an hour and a half, maybe. If we're lucky, maybe 2 hours. I have no idea. But I don't think this drawing should take too long. It's probably going to be one of those drawings where it'll be finished in about like an hour. Unless I'm going to start working on the backgrounds, which I'm not particularly fond of drawing backgrounds, but I mean, if I feel like padding it out some more. But whatever. I don't know. I don't think you guys really care for that. So we're just gonna draw like good old Spike Spiegel. I don't know. Maybe I could draw like Faye Valentine in the next stream. I don't know. It depends. But yeah, we're just gonna be drawing Spike for now. By the way, there is a new anime that's come out called Lazarus. And if you guys have seen that, it'd be a pretty interesting watch. Well, actually, I have some opinions about the show, but I won't like give it away. At least for now. Like maybe when it ends, I'll give an opinion on it. Maybe I'll make a video on it. I have no idea. I'm not gonna make any promises, but uh, I do have some opinions on it, and I feel like if I watch the full season and I feel passionate enough to talk about it, I might make a video about it. If not, then we'll probably do like maybe a one-time stream thing where I kind of just give my overall thoughts on it, and it could just be like a off-the-cuff sort of thing. Like it doesn't really inherently have to be anything scripted or whatever. Which, by the way, I don't think I do any scripted videos. I might have made a scripted video once on this channel. I have no idea. But, yeah, I usually just go off the cuff anyways, so it might just be a thing where, like, I'll probably just stream it. But, yeah, I've actually bought a lot of movies. I don't know why I did that. I think I was just in the mood for movies. And I just went to the store and just like bought a bunch of shit for like no reason. I mean, it was pretty fun though. Like I bought some stuff that I really like and some stuff that I've never seen before. So yeah, I'll probably give those a watch. But yeah, we'll see. By the way, I think the anime I was talking about before is called Lazarus. It's by the guy who directed Cowboy Bebop. So if you're wondering why I mentioned it, that's why. It's by I think his name is Watanabe. I can't remember his first name, but that'd be like his more famous last name. Hey, you're drawing a character from Cowboy Bebop, I see. Hey, what's going on, Shoulder? And yeah, we are drawing Cowboy Bebop. I forget how to draw his attire, or how to color it. I mean, that's what Google's for. Let's see. I think it's like a dark blue, yellow sort of thing. I don't know. That's the way I perceive it, so that's the way I'm likely gonna draw it. And he's also wearing like a trench coat thing here. I probably could have drawn this a lot better if I was more in the mood for it, but I guess like I was kind of rushing it a bit. Have you been doing the last few weeks? I have been extremely busy, but thanks for asking. I appreciate the question. Yeah, I've been really, really busy. Like even on my days off where I can actually just like stream, I've just not been doing that. Like not to say that I haven't been doing anything, because I've been doing stuff, but it's just a thing of like, in terms of streaming, I've just been like, yeah, this is like not in the forefront of my mind right now. I think you basically get the gist. Like I've been doing a lot of shit, and unfortunately, it kind of got in the way of I guess like a consistent set of streams. Which I mean, it doesn't bother me too much. Like Shelter, I know you like watching the streams from time to time, which I actually really appreciate that. But yeah, sometimes I'm just like, I can't stream right now. Like, sometimes I'm just like, yeah, fuck it, I don't feel like it. But, yeah, it is a pretty bad habit of mine, admittedly. But, I mean, I don't think it's something I'm forced to do or anything like that, so, you know, it's just a fun hobby to me. That is in the absolute wrong place. Fuck. Let's try to move that up a bit. But, yeah, let's see. I had that in the, wrong layer there. I probably should have drawn, Spike with a gun. With a gun in his hand. Like, I feel like this drawing would have been a lot more interesting to look at had I just kind of drawn it similar to, like, the Revy drawing that I did before. I don't know if anybody's watching this stream remembers that. But yeah, I wish I would have gone for more like action pose sort of thing. Because if there's a thing that I've noticed about Cowboy Bebop is that it's heavily action oriented. So it's a thing of like. It's a thing of like it takes lots of references from like certain kung fu movies or like Chung Li films or like Bruce Lee films. Is it Chun Li? I don't know. I said the Jackie Chan, Jackie Chan or like Bruce Lee films, like stuff from like way back in the day. But yeah, it basically heavily like takes reference from like martial arts, and I feel like I kind of did a slight disservice by just drawing Spike in like a regular bust pose. I guess I wasn't really feeling it last week, so I kind of just didn't fully go for it. I don't know, I might redraw it at some point, just to draw something like a little bit better. Because I do feel like, I do like Cowboy Bebop, and I feel like it deserves a much more appreciated like drawing for it. But I don't know, we'll see. I don't know, I might draw like Faye Valentine or maybe like Jet. We'll see. Those are also characters that I actually like a lot from the show. I might draw like all four of the main characters in like one drawing, maybe. That might be too ambitious for myself, so maybe I might cut it down to 3. I don't know. But I think it'd be pretty cool. Also, this collar is not very accurate. I don't know if anybody's realized that, but to anyone who has, I give you a brownie point. I give you brownie points on the internet for noticing my huge lack of judgment when drawing this last week. So, yeah. I've been taking a lot of care of my body recently. Been working out a lot and trying to gain weight. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, that's always a good thing, man. Most of my life I've been pretty underweight. We're talking like 55 to 50 kilos. Yeah, that's I mean, I guess that's not like unhealthy or anything, but yeah, it does suck to be like I guess like on the skinnier side sometimes. Like I mean, I suppose it's better than say like being overweight, because I don't think most people want to be overweight. Like no offense to anybody who is, but I feel like something like that could be much more of a health concern. Though both can be health concerns in their own way, I think. But I guess it depends on your body. Like some people are overweight, but they live to like the ripe age of like 80 or 90. And then some people die from like a heart attack from not like taking proper care of their their body and stuff like that. So I guess it really depends. Like I know some people that are kind of like that, and even then they still have like a lot of health concerns, and they're pretty old. So yeah, it's I guess it really should be a thing of like it really should be like heavily required for you to like work out and stuff like that. Let's see. Yeah, I don't want this to be too flat of an image. It probably already is, just due to the way that I've drawn it. But, I don't think it should be... I don't think it should be too flat. Like, at least when I add, like, shading. The shading might... the shading might help it just a slight bit. Yeah, I really wish I would have drawn this collar a little bit better. Because I've drawn the collar just absolutely amateurish. Like I definitely could have drawn it way better. Like maybe I should have gone for a better reference or just kind of copied it. Like something like that, because I feel like at some point you kind of have to reference something when it comes to certain drawings and stuff like that. I'm currently watching Code Geass. It's really good. It feels like a combination of Evangelion and Death Note. Oh wow. Yeah, I've never watched Code Geass before. I've heard like a ton of good things about it. And at some point I really want to see it, but like I've just never gotten the chance to see it. Like as a kid, I saw like I think it was like Gurren Lagann. That was like one of the few anime where like I actually breached outside of like just usual shonen stuff, which, I mean, if you like usual shonen stuff, I'm not saying like there's anything wrong with it, because I mean I still love Dragon Ball and Naruto and Bleach, so it's like, I'm not to talk, but yeah, Gurren Lagann is kind of like my first time like slightly breaching into like original anime stuff, and yeah, I mean I enjoyed it from what I remember. It's been a long time though, so I don't know. But I wouldn't mind seeing it again. I'm not sure if this coat is the right color. It most certainly could be the wrong color. I have no idea. Yeah, it'd be pretty interesting to draw like Spike outside of like his normal clothes. Like I feel like drawing him in like more of his original, not original, but like more of his like alternate outfits in the show would be pretty interesting. Like I kind of did that here, like the trench coat, because I didn't just want to draw him with like the regular clothes. But I mean, at the same time, that's kind of what I ended up doing anyways, because I mean, this is literally just his regular outfit with the like the trench coat in front. But yeah, I guess like if there's ever a time where I can draw like Spike again, I'd rather draw him with I'd much rather draw him with the like some other stuff that he doesn't commonly wear throughout the show. Maybe even with Faye and like some other characters. I don't know. I don't think Ed wears any other clothes other than the ones she wears like throughout the entire thing. Like she kind of just wears like a t-shirt with the shorts on, and I think that's about it. And she has like the goggles, I think. I feel like there are way more effective ways to color this in, but I'm just doing it like this because it saves a little bit more time on the stream. It's like if it works, it works. Hey, this sounds really random, but I only recently found out through old videos that you're a black guy. I just thought you were some white dude in your late 20s. Yeah. If you see my earlier videos, I used to do like manga unboxings when I was a kid. My I think it's because of my accent. Because my accent is a lot more northerner. I guess like it's a lot more typical like American, which yeah, if you don't know, I'm from America. Though I feel like it's pretty obvious. Unless you're like Canadian, then I feel like you probably sound pretty similar to American. But yeah, I've made tons of videos where I do like unboxings and all that sort of shit. Let's see. Yeah, those I've actually like privated a lot of my older videos. Like some of them I've kept up just because I've been on YouTube for a long time. Uh, and some of them I don't think are too bad, but like there's like some videos where like it's just fucking like really just cringy to look back at. Like some of the videos aren't too bad, but a lot of them are just kind of me when I was like a little bit younger, when I was like a kid, and like I just uploaded like a bunch of really stupid shit, and yeah, I just don't really upload those anymore. I don't think I can upload those anymore, just because it's like I used to do like videos where I would show like my messy ass room, and like I don't know, I just think that shit's really cringy to me now. Like I feel like it's nasty to not clean up your room and then try to try to show that to the whole world. Just like the. But yeah, I don't think I've deleted too many of my videos, at least not on this channel. But yeah, it's weird how like when you're a kid, you don't really think about like you don't really think about like the stupid shit that you do until like you're older, and then you realize like, oh, that's kind of fucking cringy. Should I keep the outline of that? I have no idea. Like the outline of the smoke here. I guess I should, because I kind of want to do like a rainier background sort of thing. Also, I'm supposed to do something with Spike's eye, or one of them's like an artificial one. The Phineas and Ferb video was crazy. The show was part of my childhood. Oh shit, you've actually watched the second channel. Yeah, it's yeah, my second channel was wild, bro. Like I don't really do much on my second channel nowadays. Like I kind of just upload like random shit onto it. Like some of those videos are just like inside jokes and stuff, but yeah, a lot of times it's like a lot of times it was just like old videos of me just like saying and doing a bunch of stupid shit. It's mainly just like memorabilia stuff at this point. Like I just upload random shit onto it. Oh yeah, and the Phineas and Ferb video, I don't know if I like I don't know if I agree with that shit anymore. When I uploaded that, I was kind of just making like this was the era of YouTube when like everybody just did a bunch of rant videos and you got like a bunch of views for it, and that was like the first time I got like a bunch of like really like I got like a bunch of dislikes for that. Because like most people probably thought I was just retarded, and to be fair, yeah, that video was kind of retarded. Like I was not making sense, like even in the slightest, throughout that video. I don't know. I haven't watched that shit in like years. Like I was kind of just making a rant video just to rant on it. That's all I really remember from that. Yeah, surprisingly, there are still some people on that YouTube channel that are still there, though. Like, I think like some dude commented on like one of the old videos I did, and yeah, I guess like he was still sticking around on YouTube there, which is pretty fascinating. It's weird because a lot of people will still be on YouTube because I think most people in the world still watch YouTube. Some people stop watching it and then like or they make like a new YouTube channel or some shit like that. I don't know, but like I decided to keep my YouTube channel because I was just like fuck it, I like this YouTube channel. But yeah, some people just move away, I guess. But some also don't. So it was more of a rage bait video? Kinda. Like I think that's pretty much what it was. I don't know. I guess like you could call it what you feel like. I kind of just call it like a video I was just doing just to be opinionated, I guess. And I feel like in real life I could be pretty opinionated, and yeah, that's pretty much what it was. But I guess in a sense you could call it a rage bait video or whatever you feel like calling it. Yeah, basically that's the video is kind of like a taste of that video is kind of like a taste of like how cringy I used to be. Like most of the other videos are kind of like deleted. I feel like these clouds should look a lot better than the way I've drawn them. I guess we'll see. So far, this is a pretty basic ass background. But it's honestly interesting to see how popular Phineas and Ferb was or still is. I always thought it was kind of mid. I was mostly a Cartoon Network kid. Yeah, dude, same. Like I grew up more with the Cartoon Network. I don't remember if you remember, but there used to be a block, at least in America, called Jetix. And like in the I think it was like in the late to mid 2000s. Like I used to love the absolute fuck out of that channel as a kid. Like I used to watch that as much as I could, and then like they just completely got rid of that shit, and like all the shows with it, and like they turned it into Disney XD, and Like, it is one of the few things that, like, still pisses me off, like, to this day. Because I really loved Jetix, as a kid. It was like that perfect, amount of autism for, like, for, like, young boys who, just liked watching, like, a bunch of random shit. And, like, I thought that was, like, the coolest thing ever when I was a kid. And then, like, they just completely got rid of it and replaced it with, like, Disney XD. And, like, to this day, I'm still, like, pissed off about that, because I was just like, God damn it, like, that had, like, all the shows that I used to really fucking love on there. Like, the only thing that was, like, the only thing I really still liked watching on TV after that point was, like, Cartoon Network. Every other news, I said news, like, every other cartoon show network, I just didn't watch as much. Like, in my opinion, I just, I didn't like growing up with the, like, Nickelodeon. Like, I absolutely was not into Nickelodeon, growing up. Like, it wasn't too bad, like, at first, but, like, as the years went on, it started, like, just getting a lot worse than, like, it used to be. And after a while, they were kind of just airing, like, SpongeBob reruns. Like, there was still some good stuff on Nickelodeon, but after a while, it was just, like, actually not as good as it used to be. I mean, I don't know much about Nickelodeon nowadays, because, to be honest, I don't watch cable like I used to. Like, I used to when I was a kid, but, yeah, after a while, I kind of just stopped watching it. Have you seen the new Content Cop video about Ethan Klein? I heard a bit about it. I didn't pay too much attention to the Content Cop thing. I heard it. I basically heard it was basically just like a YouTube drama. And, yeah, I don't know. I didn't pay too much attention after it. Like, the only thing I remembered was, like, people were just kind of memeing it. And, yeah, like, that's the only thing I remember, really. Nickelodeon died in the early 2010s, in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah. It really started to die, like, around the early 2010s. Because I think, like, even as a child, I was kind of, like, getting really pissed off watching Nickelodeon, because it was, like, legit nothing to watch. Because, like, the only things I was watching on Nickelodeon were, like, Nicktoons, SpongeBob, maybe, like, some reruns of, like, Avatar: The Last Airbender, or, you know, kind of, like, similar shit to that, but, like, for the most part, it was, like, absolutely not as good as it used to be. Like, I think one of my favorite shows on Nickelodeon was, like, My Life as a Teenage Robot and Invader Zim. That and, like, Jimmy Neutron. I really loved those fucking shows growing up. I don't think there was anything on par with that, like, into the 2010s. Because, like, at least with Cartoon Network, you had, like, Adventure Time, regular show, and like Gumball. Like those are the three that I'd mainly watch. But on Nickelodeon, it was kind of like there was just absolutely nothing but like maybe like DBZ Kai and like some reruns and shit. That was about it. The live action shows on Nickelodeon were cancer. I liked maybe iCarly. And that was probably it. Like I liked iCarly, and I didn't really grow up with Drake and Josh because I felt like by the time I was growing up, Drake and Josh was kind of like already ending. But yeah, that's kind of like about it. Hated that shit. I mostly watched Nicktoons. Yeah. The issue with like Cartoon Network at the time was that it kind of it was also trying to aim for like that like for like that teenage audience. I think like it was trying to aim for like the sitcom thing. Because like everything else was also doing sitcoms at the time. Like it was a huge trend. Because like Disney was doing it, then Nickelodeon was doing it, and they were both doing pretty good at it. At least like in terms of like having an audience to watch it and stuff. Cartoon Network kind of had like success in it, I think, but it was mostly stuff like Do What Would Happen or like Destroy Build Destroy or you know stuff like that. And TBH, I was just like, bruh, I just want to watch like fucking Ben 10 or some shit. Like I don't know why I have to why I have to watch all this stuff. Yeah, I think that was kind of like my biggest gripes with like late 2000s, early 2010s, like cable television for like children. Was like there was just a huge trend to chase after like a lot of the sitcoms. And I mean, some people liked sitcoms, but I mean, I was always an animation type of guy. Like I was purely there for like the cartoons and stuff. Because you know, it was something I was always passionate about, like at least as a child. Yeah, when it was like mostly sitcoms, I'd kind of just skip most of the times. Like, if I had nothing else, if I had like absolutely nothing else to watch, I just remember like watching certain sitcoms, but most of the times I could not watch that shit. Like I remember watching like Zack and Cody, and the only reason I watched Zack and Cody was because there's just nothing else I wanted to watch that evening. The Cartoon Network, it worked with the teenage audience because they had Adult Swim. Yeah, that's true. Because they used to have like a bunch of stuff on there, and their shows were stuff kids and teens could enjoy. The only sitcom I actively watched was the Big Bang Theory. I don't think I actively watched too many sitcoms growing up. The only thing I can think closest to that was like iCarly. Because at the time, it was like the only time I was really watching it for like a few seasons. That's about it, really. Like I don't know. I didn't really watch any of the other stuff. Like I have friends who really liked. I had friends who really liked some of the sitcoms. I just couldn't get behind a lot of the sitcoms. Uh, I think I remember watching like I think it was like the Fred TV show. It was like some TV show thing because I used to like Fred when I was a kid. I don't know why. I just used to watch Fred, and then there was like a sitcom. So I think that was like another one I used to watch. It was like a Nickelodeon at the time. I feel like if I watched it now, it would not be very good. But yeah, that was kind of like a thing I was doing back then. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a huge sitcom guy. Like I feel like that was more like my parents' generation thing. I feel like I should probably do like a certain gradients around this. I don't know. We'll see. That didn't do what I wanted. Nope. Yeah, I don't think I can do it. Let's see. Probably have to do it like this. Yeah, that might work a little bit better. It was peak late 2000s nerd culture. Oh, the Big Bang Theory. Yeah. Hey, art tip. I would recommend doing a bit more on the eyes. They look a bit too simple for my taste, and add some shadows on the character. Yeah, that's definitely something that's definitely some good advice actually. Uh, Adding a bit more to the eyes might do something to that effect.
Received a telegram from Hyperion. You are committing a major act of treason. Remove your armament promptly and surrender.
I feel like I'm not doing enough here. Let's see. Is there a opacity thing? I don't think there is. Because initially I wanted this to be like a, initially I wanted this to be like a gradient thing, but, I don't think it, like for some reason it doesn't work on my software, so I'm gonna have to improvise it. And yeah, I do agree that, like the eyes look a little too flat right now. I don't think it's too bad, but, yeah, there could definitely be some improvement. Let me see. Do something to this effect. Yeah, here we are. Okay. Brush density. Let's get rid of that. Nope. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I've this is a bit off topic, but I've recently been playing Metal Gear Solid 2 recently, and I didn't realize how much I sucked at video games until I played that. Because yeah, holy shit, I cannot get used to the controls of that game. I was playing it, and I just kept dying like over and fucking over again. I think that's because I'm not too used to like PS2 controls as much as I used to be. And yeah, there's certainly a bit of like PS2, like I don't want to say jank to it, but there's a lot of annoying things that you have to deal with when when playing it. I don't know if it's just like me not being used to like PS2 controls, because I mean I've grown up playing PS2, like at least a little bit, and I've played like other PS2 games, but yeah, I don't know why, but it's like for some reason that control scheme just like really fucks with me. It's not a bad game, by the way. Like I'm actually having fun playing it. It's just like one of those things I've noticed when playing it. Still need to play Metal Gear. I'm currently playing Zelda Link to the Past. I've heard of that one. Is that like the 2D game? Like the only Zelda game I've really played was Breath of the Wild. Like that's the only one I've really played so far. Like I've played a little bit of Ocarina of Time, but I just never completed it. And I feel like I've seen like a whole lot of it on YouTube. So it's like, I don't know if I really feel the need to play it right now. I think that's like a slight bit better. Let's see. Maybe this can be turned down a bit. It actually does look a little bit better. Try to go with that for now. It's the one from the SNES. It's alright. The dungeons are frustrating and I die a lot. Yeah, that seems to be a pretty common thing with like with older video games, where like you just play them, and for some reason they just like they don't exactly make it clear on where your destination should be, or like which mechanic does what. So it's like for some reason you kind of just die a lot. I guess like it makes sense because when you're playing games like that, it's trying to teach you the mechanics as you go along, you know, that sort of thing. Like you're supposed to learn the mechanics as you're playing, but sometimes you play old video games and then they don't exactly make things clear on like how to beat a certain level. So you're kind of just stuck there playing for like hours and hours on end, and you're trying to beat like 1 or 2 levels, and it's just fucking annoying. I guess like some people really like stuff like that, where it's like they kind of like a challenge, but I feel like I'm kind of like the casual gamer, where like sometimes I don't mind a little bit of challenge in some of the stuff I play. But then there's certain shit where it's like you kind of play it and then like you have absolutely no idea what the hell you're doing. Yeah, it's pretty weird, because I actually played, like there are some games where it's like some people think are pretty hard, and then sometimes I play it and I don't think it's too bad. Like I feel like a lot of people say that something like Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne is pretty hard, but when I play it, it's pretty simple. Probably because I'm already used to like the mechanics of the game. Because if you play like if you've played one SMT game, you've kind of played like most of them. Like if you play like Persona, like if you've played like Persona 3, 4, or 5, you kind of basically learned how to play SMT. Like, I'm not gonna say they're the exact same, because I'd say like SMT has a little bit more of a difficulty curve, but not by much, really. Like if you've never played Megaton, I'd say start with the Persona series, and then lead up into SMT. Like at that point, it's a lot easier to understand the mechanics of the SMT games by that point. There's also like other Megaton games, but most of them basically play mostly exactly like the SMT games do. They just have like some slight differences and like story or gameplay, but even then it's mainly the same. Oh shit, that's on the wrong layer. Oh well. We'll just have to deal with it. I feel like I can make the ear lobe a little bit better. Like define it just a little bit more. Holy shit, it is hot as fuck in here. I'm planning on playing through the series since I never played the games as a child. The only Nintendo console I owned was a Wii. Yeah, I think as a kid I used to own a Wii. Believe it or not, we actually still have it. I think it still works and everything, which is weird. Because most of my older consoles don't tend to work. Like sometimes it's just like the hardware just doesn't work anymore for some reason. Because I don't know, like it just got old and needs to be fixed, or sometimes it just literally. Sometimes like we would actually break it. But with the Wii, it actually works like mostly fine, which I find to be kind of fascinating. I think that looks okay. I have no idea. I feel like his neck is a little too small here. Maybe I can do something to add a bit more to that. Let's see. This music is fucking good. I like this music. Yeah, I'd say it's mostly fine. The only Persona game I played was the first one on PS1. Honestly, that's not a bad way to start it. The franchise gets pretty different after Persona 1. But Persona 1's not a bad way to start it. I've played Persona 1. It's not a bad game. It's kind of just different from the rest of the franchise, where it's kind of just like more Shin Megami Tensei than it is Persona. It's kind of one of those games that's trying to figure out its own, like, franchise sort of thing. But, yeah, I mean, honestly, getting the chance to play Persona 1 on PS1, that's more than, like, most people have done. I've just barely played Persona 1 myself, so... I bought a PS2 and PS3 from a flea market for $70 a few weeks ago. That's honestly a pretty good fucking price. Like, I remember I really wanted a PS2 when I was a kid. Can never fucking find that thing, like, anywhere. The PS2 works almost perfectly, but the PS3 is kind of fucked. Yeah, the PS3s... Oh, whoops. The PS3s are very, very weird. Like, my PS3, the one that I have, it works mostly fine. But, for some people, because they have, like, maybe some older PS3s, it might just have, like, some hardware issues. And, I mean, it kind of makes sense because, you know, given the time that, it's been around since it came out, you know, it's probably not going to work as well as it used to be. Or sometimes, like, a PS3 just delivers, like, well, all sorts of issues. Especially the early model PS3s, I think those, when those came out, they had, like, the yellow flash of death, I think it was called. Or the yellow light of death. If anybody remembers that. And I remember my Xbox had like a issue with that at the time. And yeah, oh boy, that was a whole rabbit hole. But yeah, some PS3s also released like that, and yeah, you never know. Some people might resell those things and just to make like a quick profit, or they probably forgot that it had some sort of issues, so just sold it anyway. So yeah, you probably want to be careful where you might want to buy certain things. Persona 1 is cursed to sell. Kind of funny to see teens running around with guns and shit. Yeah, I think that the entire Persona series has like it always has something similar to that, where like it's kind of like a bunch of teenagers with like a bunch of guns and like a bunch of demons and or like personas and stuff like that, I guess. And they're kind of just like casually walking around and doing that stuff. I mean, like that was kind of like more so the first two Persona games than like 3, 4, and 5. Because I think in Persona 5 they kind of explain it a bit more than like just with teenagers with having like a bunch of guns and stuff. But in Persona 1 and 2, like, yeah, they just straight up could like shoot up a school if they felt like it. Like, I'm not saying that like that's what happens, I don't think, but yeah, like the early Persona games could get pretty different. Like I said, it's more so Persona 1 and 2 are more so modeled after SMT than they are with like the later games. I'll maybe do something slightly different here. I think the music just ended. Let me see if I could change that. We'll go with like Metal Gear Solid 1 OST. Do something like that. I don't think there's any copyrighted stuff in Metal Gear Solid. At least there really should not be. But yeah, you never know. It's a fat PS3 from 2007 to 2009. Yeah, that sounds like one of the original releases of the PS3. That might be a reason as to why it breaks down like the. I mean, that might be the case. I have no idea. I'm just speculating. It turns on, but nothing shows up on screen, so the HDMI probably has to be broken. Yeah, that could be the case as well. Like, just certain ports don't work as well as I used to. Gonna try fixing it up with a friend, then mod it so it doesn't need to buy games. Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it. That's probably the best way to do it. Like, just start modding it. Like, I was planning on modding some of my consoles, but I need some help trying to figure that out. So it's gonna take me some time. I still have my PS4 though, weirdly enough. Like, I think it's starting to crash out on me a bit more now because it's it's starting to become an older console. So it's like its age is starting to show, but surprisingly it still works. Yeah, I think like if there's anything that like I like the PS4, but I think like my biggest issue with PS4 is that its frame rate is not as good as it should be. Like it's better than say PS3, which is something that I prefer over the PS3 is like its frame rate and its high fidelity is a lot better than PS3's typically was. I mean, obviously, because it's, the next gen. But, what I wish they would have done more with PS4 was, having it have a better frame rate. Because, on PS5, the frame rate is not too bad. Like, sometimes it'll be 30, but most of the times it's more than 30. It just depends on the game. On PS4, that shit is straight up like 30. And once you own a PS5, you can really, really tell. And then you start to realize, wow, this, how the fuck was I gaming on this thing? Like I have no idea. Because, like, it seems like to memory, PS4, playing on PS4 wasn't as bad, but nowadays it's like playing on that thing feels like I'm playing like a limited frame rate machine. Whereas like PS5, they absolutely had to increase that shit at least by a little bit. It's like, yeah, no, I don't know if I could, I don't know if I could play PS4 like I used to. Like some games could play consistent like 60 FPS, but it was usually like older games. I like the PS3 since it was the console I played on the most. It had a good amount of games and ports of older games. Yeah, uh, like I wish it could have had. I wish it could have had more backwards compatibility, at least with like PS3 games. Because now we've kind of run into the issue where like a lot of PS3 games are absolutely not on like PS4 gen or like PS5 gen even. So it's like they just have to like re-emulate it. I think it's because like PS3 was like notoriously hard to program for. Because it had like a unique system to like block piracy. Or I think it was like something like that. I'm not too sure, but they kind of programmed the whole PS3 console really, really fucking strangely. And that's why like most people will, at least back in like the Xbox 360 days, were more likely to buy Xbox 360, at least for a while, because it just had like a more understandable like way to program for it. But yeah, that's probably why we're not getting too many ports of like PS3 games, because yeah, it just had like a multitude of issues where like you just absolutely cannot play that shit on modern hardware without like some form of fucking issues. Yeah, it's why I think like games like Metal Gear Solid 4 are still not on like PC or like on other consoles and stuff, which is really fucking stupid, because like you could play like some of the other games, but when it comes to like Metal Gear Solid 4, that is like one of the only ones where it's just like they have not ported that yet. I mean, I think they're working on it, but yeah, I expect like probably a lot of issues if that comes out like not optimized correctly. I think I got the PS4 Slim in 2016 with COD Infinite Warfare. The PS3 was fucking awful to work on. Kind of understandable. Kind of understand why PS3 ports are a bit rare. Yeah, that was just a really bad hindsight for the time. Really, like they really should have done better with the however they're programming that thing, because like I think there were straight up games that like were so high fidelity, even for the time, like they were very, very high fidelity, yet when you play it on PS3, it just plays like it just absolutely cannot play as good as it should, because like it's just stuck on this hardware that's supposed to be like extremely powerful, but clearly did not have like the tech at the time to properly like handle it. Like I don't know, I can't remember how like the 360 played its games. But I feel like 360 definitely had, like, at least from memory, I feel like not PS3, Xbox 360 had like one of the higher frame rates than like PS3 did, at least from memory, because I could be wrong, because like I feel like every end of the generation you're gonna start seeing like a whole bunch of issues with like a lot of the later games versus like the newer ones. But PS3 legit had some form of fucking issues on there, because like, goddamn, I can barely play like any games at all on that thing now. Yeah, also the load times on like the not the load times, but I guess like the download times on PS3. I don't know what the fuck happened, but those things are awful. Like they're not much better on PS4, because when you have like when you have to like download an update and stuff. At least on like PS5, it's relatively a bit quicker than it is on like, say, like PS3 or PS4. Because even on PS4, it's really, really damn slow. And on PS3, it's even worse, because like I tried, like I've downloaded certain games and they just take for goddamn ever. On PS3 software, and it's like actually a migraine. Like the seventh gen consoles in general had like some really bad download times. So yeah, I'm definitely happy that we don't have that issue as much as we used to, because yeah, it was really, really bad back then. The PS3 was only good at the end of its lifetime, honestly. The Last of Us Uncharted 3 looked really good even now. I remember playing The Last of Us back when like PS3 was, I think, like at the end of its lifetime. The 360 was an absolute beauty. Games ran smooth and had a good library, and online play was amazing. Oh yeah, yeah. The only thing I didn't like about 360 was like the updates were pretty slow, and like you just have to pay for online, which yeah, I feel like that instigated a whole thing nowadays where it's just like I can't even pay for online anymore. Cause like nowadays when I'm on my console, I usually play single player. Like I very rarely play online games unless it's for free. But I definitely do not pay for online anymore like I used to do that. Now I just absolutely refuse to do it, just because like it's gotten way too expensive. At least for me, like it's just too expensive for me to buy it. And yeah, I'm just not gonna pay for all that shit. Especially nowadays, because I have a PC, so it's just like, if I'm gonna play online, I might as well just, you know, go on the internet. I feel like that's a little too dark. That's also a little too dark. Maybe it could work. I have no idea. I'll leave it somewhere between this. I'll probably just leave it like this. In terms of shading. There's a lot more I can do around here, actually. Honestly, this whole drawing in general is kind of way too flat for its own good. But, fuck it. Haven't drawn in a while, so might as well keep it. After seeing the Switch 2 reveal, I think it's not shitty to say that console gaming is almost dead. I don't think that console gaming is dead. I guess, like, to me, it's more of a thing of it's more of a thing of like, what do you seek out of like gaming in the modern day sort of thing. Like for me, I kind of preserve like lots of single player games. Like, to me, that's just something I feel like is much more worth it than like playing online. And even then, you could argue there are a lot of issues with like single player even there. But yeah, for the most part, it's kind of like, it really depends on you. I feel like I like having consoles because there's still exclusives on there that you can't really get anywhere else. I mean, sometimes they come to PC, and sometimes they don't. Like there's a notorious thing with like Bloodborne on PS4 that a lot of PC gamers typically talk about, where it's like, you know, you just can't play that anywhere else. And I mean, in order to preserve it, it's either, you know, you have emulation, or you just buy the game. And yeah, I mean, I'm not saying like you have to buy a console if you don't want to buy a console. I mean, I understand why, because to be honest, these days it's really, really damn expensive, and you're kind of paying for more than you really need to. But yeah, if you do want like those certain games, it'd probably be best sometimes to just like dip in and buy a console, because you never know what could happen to certain games at their certain point, especially if you're like old enough to start preserving certain things here or there. Because like I say I grew up with like PS2 games, but like I barely got to play like a lot of PS2 games growing up, because we just didn't have the money or the time to really play them. So you know, my only way of preserving PS2 games really is to like emulate them. And for PS3, I could barely play PS3. So yeah, you either have to emulate stuff, or like I guess you have to just buy certain games in order to keep them. Preferably physical, even though it has its downsides. But I mean, as long as you physically have the game, you still have the game. At least as far as I could tell. Give the console industry at least 15 more years, and it will all go digital and PC ports. Yeah, you know what? I say, like, as long as you have physical, you should be able to keep the game. But sometimes, like, I think there was a thing with, like, Nintendo where they are trying to cheapen that a bit. By, like, not even fully giving you, like, the full game when it releases. And, yeah, it's... Like, some people don't mind the idea of buying a Switch 2. I'm on the side where it's like, I just would prefer not to. Like, I like the Switch as its own console, but I'll be honest, I don't play it as often as I wish I could. But it's not even just that. It's also a thing of, like, I just don't really see myself playing the Switch 2 as often as I probably think I would. Because, well, for one, they're charging a lot more for games nowadays. Like they're straight up making games cost, like, damn near up to $100, maybe even $200, depending on, like, which country you're from. And to me, that shit's insane. Like, I don't want to buy games for $100. Like, to me, I want to keep it around that, like, 60 price range. Because, I mean, that was the price range that we initially had, like, for, like, some years. And, yeah, now the price of everything's been going up since, like, I think, like, 9th generation started. And, yeah, I don't see myself buying too many games over the price of, like, 70. Like, some people can do that. I don't want to do that shit. Like, I spend my money on a lot of shit already, and at this point I'm just like, yeah, no, I gotta save some video games for, like, a later date. Like, I still want to play, like, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and FF16. Still haven't played them, because I just don't have enough time, and I do not have enough money. And some people could probably call me broke for that. I mean, that you know, whatever, that's fine. I just can't afford it right now. And, yeah, I'm gonna wait till, like, a really decent price drop for that, so... Yeah. I think the ear on the drawing shouldn't be seen that much. It's just very flat. Yeah, I'll try to fix that. Draw, Jacques cleaning Balto. Google image Balto wolf dog. I don't know what that is, but I mean I could probably search it up. But yeah, thanks for joining the stream, M Young. In Germany, the average AAA game is 70 euros. Oh my god. Yeah, here in America, it's gone up to $70 for the most part. So I think we're in a similar boat. Shrimp uses whiskers to clean. Could you try editing them, please? I'm young. I don't know if I'm gonna draw anything else for the stream tonight. You can leave, like, a recommendation down in the comments if you want. But yeah, I'm not because I'm not gonna be streaming too much longer here. unfortunately. But, I mean, you can always leave recommendations if you feel like, I don't mind any stuff like that if you want. I could probably do, stuff like that maybe next stream. But, yeah, right now it's like coming up on 2 hours, so, yeah, I don't have too much time, sadly. But, I always appreciate, like, any type of recommendation, so... Yeah, I very much appreciate that. And yeah, this caller kind of sucks, I'm not gonna lie. Let me see, I could probably do something with the ear here. Shorten that down just a bit. Yeah, by the way, I'm not going to be streaming too much longer. I do have to end the stream pretty shortly. Mainly just because it's hot as hell in here. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's, like, I'm not gonna lie, I chose, like, a really bad streaming spot this time of year, because, yeah, it's hot as hell in here, so I don't want to be... I don't want to freaking kill myself up here. But, yeah, for certain, I'll be done with this drawing pretty soon. And, I'll be able to post it on, like, my Instagram or things like that. Are you thinking of maybe investing more time into YouTube in the future? I have no idea. To be frank with you, I kind of stream here or there, but I don't do it as often as, like, maybe some people do. Like, a lot of people want to do YouTube as a full-time thing. I'm more of a like, sometimes I do YouTube, and sometimes I treat it as like a hobby thing. Because I feel like with YouTube nowadays, it is pretty hard to like get invested, not invested, but like to like appeal to the algorithm these days. Like, I mean, there are ways of doing it if you understand the strategy, but I don't know if I want to, like, continue doing YouTube like that. Like, there are probably ways of, like, making YouTube, like, fun for yourself, but I feel like I don't want to rely too heavily off of YouTube. Mainly just because I don't think I enjoy YouTube like that. Like I enjoy watching YouTube and I enjoy streaming sometimes. But like you probably noticed that I don't upload very often, and that's mainly just because like I don't really know what shit to upload, to be honest. Like, like I'll upload like reviews here or there, but even then, I don't really edit that often. Like when I edit YouTube videos, it's like really shit for some reason. Like there's always some sort of audio issues or stuff like that, and like I just can't be fucked to make like a really high edited YouTube video, because it takes a lot of effort and time, and then you have to do like all the scripting and stuff like that. Like I don't know, to me it's just like I kind of like going off the cuff when I make YouTube videos for the most part. I mean, there are definitely ways of doing, I guess, like, earning a audience off of stuff like that, but for the most part, I kind of just, like, I kind of just like it mostly the way it is. Like, I'm not really well known off of YouTube or anything like that. And, yeah, you know, like, YouTube's not exactly what it used to be, like, say over a decade ago, where like if you're like a Let's Player, you'd probably earn like a shit ton of YouTube videos off of just like reacting to crazy shit off a video game. It's not exactly like that anymore. I mean, it kind of is, but it's kind of not. Like, I mean, if you're Koryax Kenshin or some shit like that, then I mean, maybe. But, yeah, I don't know. That's not exactly something I want to 100% keep doing on YouTube. I think I messaged you on Insta a few weeks ago. You haven't answered, probably because you don't use the account actively. Yeah, I don't use Instagram as often as I used to. I apologize if anything like that happened. Sometimes I use Instagram and then I kind of just go blank for like a few weeks. So if I don't reply to you on Instagram, don't take it personally. It's just a thing of like I'm more active on something like YouTube than I am on Instagram, because when I'm on Instagram, I usually just post like pictures and stuff, and that's mostly it. Maybe post speed drawings with breakcore music in the background. I mean, maybe. I mean, that could appeal to the algorithm. I would watch something like that, and most of the breakcore music is copyright free. Oh wow. Yeah, I never knew that. I mean, maybe I could do something like that. I remember like I remember people used to do like A and B type things on YouTube, like stuff like that. I mean, that might be different from like what you're talking about, but like I remember similar stuff to that on YouTube. This probably doesn't look as good as like as like it could. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm starting to see a lot of the issues with this drawing now that I look at it. Like lots of fundamental issues. because I've been working on it for like 2 hours straight, so it's now I'm starting to see it. I'll try to make it as good as I can, but yeah, some things can't be salvaged. I don't think it's too bad, but it's like, yeah, it's definitely not as good as like some previous stuff I've done. Oh well. Let's see. I'm probably about to end stream here, actually. Dragon Ball AMVs were absolute peak. Yeah, I used to watch, like, some Linkin Park ones, back in the day. Those are pretty cool. Still watch these sometimes when I search for music to listen to. Yeah, like, I like certain bands and, like, certain stuff from time to time, and, yeah, sometimes I still look at certain AMVs. Like, I used to watch DBZ AMVs, back in early YouTube. And, like, I can't remember this one song, but, I think I have, like, it had, like, La 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 as the title. And, I've never been able to find it again. But, as a kid, I thought that was, like, the coolest shit in the world. Bye, dude. Love the stream. Yeah, thanks for watching, man. But, yeah, I'm about to end the stream here. If you enjoyed and want to see more, you know, give this a thumbs up, you know, subscribe, all that, you know, do all that stuff. And hopefully we can draw some more next time. So, yeah, thanks for watching the stream, and goodbye.